And hello once again, welcome to Sable's WorldForge. Tourney of Tales is over and we are back to the regularly scheduled program. Today I thought I'd have a look at the new challenge and I might do some editing on my manuscript. Hello James, hi Emily, hello Rowan, hi Bob, hi Gala, hello Eli, hi Delian, and hi Pride. Yes, new challenge. The new World Anvil community challenge, which is not a Yeah, it's about clothes. It's about uniforms and costumes. Oh, just a second. I don't think I... is that better or worse for light? I don't know. That's pretty bright, eh? Yeah. We'll, like, tone that down. So my streaming light is the sun. It's good to have the chat on the side screen as I said it. Cool. I'm glad to hear it. So I need, Pride says, so I need to make an article about a particular piece of clothing already IRL in the works then? Maybe. Maybe. If it's already IRL in the works, that's great. Just a second, I'm going to grab my computer for monitoring. It's over there. So, my laptop, you know. Move all the cords and stuff. Figures. I'm gonna unplug my headphones and plug them back in because otherwise they're buried under the laptop cord. There we go. All right. Cayutan says, gonna comment on everything again, Emily? And hello, Purple. Good to see you. Yeah, Emily's like, I don't know. I do have better things to do. Actually, write my novels. And clothes is less interesting than plants for me. Fair enough. And I'm jealous because Eli has cake. I just kind of stuffed a stale cinnamon donut in my mouth right before I went live because I didn't eat like anything yesterday. So, alright. How long have I been watching this stream and I just saw the guitar in the corner? Oh yeah. What you actually see there is a guitar, another guitar behind it in a case, a melodica sitting on the drum, and then this thing here in the case is that's my mandolin. Yeah, okay. So, bad Sable, eat food. I know. I just, yesterday was so busy and there was so much going on, and honestly, I just wasn't hungry. It didn't even occur to me until like 11 o'clock at night, and then I'm like, can you make me some eggs, honey? So, yeah. What is in the frame? Oh, that right there? That is the, it is Writers of the Future contest certificate for receiving an honorable mention for the story that is actually, that I just sold recently. So, I didn't win, but, you know, I received an honorable mention, so, yeah, and that's why it's over there with my books. So, and thanks for asking. Emily says, I finally got the courage to cook what I should have done last weekend, so I finished eating my vegetable lasagna. I like vegetable lasagna. Vegetable lasagna is good. Any lasagna is good. Just, you know, give me cheese, I'm happy. Alright, so I'm going to put up the sprint screen timer because that's the easiest one to look at what I'm doing on the screen, and I was looking at my Orcish article over here. Right, I'm going to open up the dashboard here and have a look at the challenge to fill people in. I was pretty excited about this because what I was doing right before Game of Tomes and Adventure April was listing the different ranks within my Avalonian Imperial Navy and Avalonian Marine Corps, and I was designing uniforms for all of them. So I'm like, for once, this is actually not going to be a big non sequitur into something I'm not working on. I'm actually working on something related, and the shit is handy. So I was very excited. You still have uniform articles left to write? Yeah, I've got... It's actually about the ranks, and the uniforms are just kind of part of what the rank article is about. But yeah, I've still got all the flag officers for the Navy, and I haven't done any of the Marines yet, right? But yeah, but it's perfect because all the uniforms are already made. So once again, shout out to Barbarossa for giving me the idea about how to do that. And I don't know, this is what I got to work out today, is how I'm going to work out the article so that, you know, I kind of cover all the bases, because of course there are significant differences between the enlisted and the flag officers, and there's various signs of rank. Did I take a look at the article you left yesterday for CSS review? No, I did not. We can do that. We can do that. Okay, that reminds me. New rules. The showcases are back. The edits are back. New rules. New rules. 3 total of all of them, right? In one given stream, right? So that can be 2 showcases and an edit, right? It can be 3 showcases, it can be 2 showcases and 1 showcase someone else. It cannot be 3 edits. There is 1 edit limit total in a given stream. I feel that I have to make a balance between the work I need to do on the stream and showcasing the community. So I feel that 1/3 or more of the stream spent doing showcases is more than fair, right? So that's the new rules. And to the best of my ability, I have put channel limits on it, but I can't put a limit that says, okay, 3 total between these 3 different rewards, right? So I've got 3 total limit for the showcase and showcase someone else. And then I've got a 1 total limit for the edit, right? But it will be any combination of them, 3 only, that's it, okay? Yeah, exactly, guys. Thanks for understanding. I appreciate that. Okay, Eli says, I'm working on the Kickstarter blurb for Guardian today. I won't say I have no idea what I'm doing because I literally just did this, but I certainly feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. I know, it's so different every time. I was trying to come up... You'd think, I've done 2 Kickstarters for books. They were successful. They're over there, right? But, you know, it's doing it all over again for the Toysoldier saga. And, of course, I gotta do a video, which, you know... Emily says, I was afraid you would have run out. Nope, I got lots. No shortage of rank and uniforms, that's for sure. Emily says, I'm leaning heavily on the science fantasy for my article, so I need to develop that, but I already got lots of ideas for my novel, so I'm happy. That's awesome. Eli says, I have police and army officers in the Reaperverse to do uniforms for. Shit, you know what I didn't do? I didn't open up my closed captioning. We're going to do that. Because you're probably getting an annoying blinking caution screen that is letting you know that I have not configured the closed captioning and you should remind me to do it. Oh, come on now. There we go. Okay. So, that should be working now. And if you want closed captioning, I'm sure you can just reload. Alright, I'm just checking the settings. Okay. Emily says, a limit is good. The because I like listening to the showcases when they happen, but then I also don't get anything done during the stream. Exactly, right? Exactly. So, that's what we're doing. Yeah, me too, Eli. They say, yeah, I have no idea what to do for a video. James feels fire in his blood as he pulls his arms away from his sides and tilts his head up. He roars, not a roar in pain, but it seems to sound like a tiger roar. He urges his heart to beat faster to get the fire blood around his body faster. As he does this, he can feel the power returning, and he turns into a tiger. That's great. I don't like the closed captions on live streams, says Kayatan. They're always delayed and wrong. Yeah, they are always delayed, and they are always crap. I do agree with that. The technology is not yet up to the ability of people, and I talk pretty fast, and I have a noticeable Canadian accent, so it kind of messes with what I do, especially since I'm on the West Coast. Right? The West Coast Canadian accent is nothing like the Ontario Canadian accent, and that's probably what it's configured to, so... But I'm going to put it up there anyway, and the reason why is because I'm going to try to be accessible to everybody, right? And I figured that if you cannot hear, then some indication of what I am saying is better than none. So... yeah, sometimes they're funny. I have to turn them off so I don't piss myself laughing, says Rowan. Yeah, yep. Yeah, okay, James is lurking for his bath. Okay, and we have... yeah, even the automatically generated captions on YouTube aren't perfect. Human speech is complex. And the technology is not quite up to grasping what we're about yet. So it always struggles. Every individual speech pattern is different and it is confusing. Computers are not that bright. You have to tell them what to do. So, and if we don't know the subtleties of what a computer has to do, we cannot tell it to do it. So, yeah, it's hard. Okay, I was going to look at your CSS that will count for one of our 3 showcases today. But first we're going to look at the costume challenge. Fashion is a form of ugliness so intolerable that we have to alter it every 6 months. Oscar Wilde. I find that rather amusing considering that, you know, Oscar Wilde was like a clothes horse, right? Purple Heart Rider says, the sun set behind the dragon teeth, and the full moon appeared from behind the trees of the apple forest. Its light shone on the lake. 2 swans swam towards it, one black and one white, both from a different side, and they met in the center of the circle. Their elegant necks formed a heart. Jackson gasped. There is no such thing as coincidence. That's nice. Siobhan, and hello Siobhan, says, I have a West Coast accent with a slight British accent. Really confuses some people. Yeah. My accent is a mix of West Coast Canadian and French Canadian because my mother learned to talk from my grandmother, who was Francophone. So I still maintain some of those patterns because I learned to talk from my mother. Sometimes people ask me if I'm from Quebec. All right. Okay, so in our lives we deal with the importance of outfitting every day, a school's dress code, or recognizing a police uniform, just to name a few. So we want you to design and describe one of these outfits in your world. We have teamed up with Ginny D, one of the most amazing cosplayers and outfitters in our industry, and we want to hear all about well-known outfits or fashion items in your world. These outfits can serve any role in society and in any setting. Religious outfits, military uniforms, guild outfits, or utility protective wear are just a few examples you can start designing with. Wait a minute, I got half a mind now to do my Weird West gunslingers outfits. I wonder. Eli says, my accent is a very confused Californian. Julian's like, I think mine's just confused. Moon's like, I'm with Julian. Yep. Rowan says, if I have an accent, which yes you do, everybody does, right? It tends towards backwoods Ontario and BC. Totally right. Siobhan's like, do it! Okay guys, alright. So you know what? That sounds like a poll to me. Two options. One is I can break down the Navy uniform of the Avalonian Navy, or the Marine uniform, right? Or I could do the gunslingers outfit from the Weird West. I'll make a poll. You guys tell me. Let's do that. Here is my extensions. Where's the thingy? Manage poll. There we go. Apparently I say poll like pool, according to this stupid closed captioning nonsense. It's poll, not pool. Eli's like, gunslingers! Siobhan's like, gunslingers! Okay. Well, I haven't done a lot of, world building in the Weird West in a while. Gunslinger sounds more original when everyone wants to do military. Oh, well, that's 3. Do I need a poll? Maybe I don't. Poll with a British accent. Okay, we're not doing a poll. Obviously, you guys clearly want me to do some Weird West world building, so let's do it. Fine. Awesome. You're right, it probably will be more original, so I guess I'm gonna start with my WorldForge image to display it today. Cool. We can do that. Okay, so that's probably for the best, actually, because 2,500 word limit. I see I have some Weird West fans in the chat. Oh, by the way, thank you, Laria, for your pledge on Patreon. I saw that in my notifications here for Streamlabs when I went live. I thought you were already a patron, but maybe you upped your pledge or something, and thank you. I really appreciate that. You're really awesome, and like I say, patrons are like, without them this doesn't happen, so I'm really grateful. Thank you very much. Alright. Prizes are kind of cool. I've looked over at the store. She's got some really interesting stuff about cosplay. Some really cool stickers. She's got, because it's a gift certificate to her store, right? And, she's got, like, some how-to advice and a book on how to, like, make centaur costumes, which, yeah, So, that's pretty exciting. Alright. Okay, we're going to switch over to the Weird West. Oh, and we have to use the item template. That's the important deal. So we're going to switch to the Weird West. 2,500 word limit. Yes, it's a community challenge. That's pretty typical for the community challenge. Which means it's probably for the best that you guys think I should do the gunslingers, because I don't know if I can do the whole Navy in 2,500 words. I was like, ah! Yeah, terrible word limit, agrees Emily. Yep, me too. Kayetan's like, I almost forgot about Weird West. I know I haven't done anything on it for a while. I've been trying to get this book out, right? But, yeah. No, it's still there. I still love it. And as soon as this book is out, I'm going back to writing Weird West stuff. So, Emily said it was, ooh, wow, that is fucking loud for me. Is that loud for you? That is like, blow my brains out loud for the timer there. Okay, anyway. Very loud. Okay, I will definitely turn that down. That is ridiculous. We're gonna go about there, see how that does. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It was nice to be rid of it for the one-shot challenge. It would not have been possible for me to even try the one-shot challenge without it, or with that word limit. I would have been like, I give up, forget it. Delian says, patrons are always lovely. I say as I sketch out a map for mine. You bet. Cayetane says, item template is quite obvious. Which other would you use? Good point. I don't suppose any of them would fit, would they? Siobhan says, oh, that is going to be difficult if I'm going to write up the outfits of either my city guards versus magic users or my druid vestments. You know what? Yeah, I might go for the druid vestments if I were you. Right? Just because I think that's probably more relevant to the details of your protagonist, right? So, but I could be wrong, right? Because I haven't read the book just from what I've heard about the book, so... Rowan says, also did a thing today. I paid for your Zoom meetings. Oh, nice! We'll put you and Aaron and Chris on as managers so you can all use it for our games. Rowan, you are fucking cool. That will make life a lot easier. Thank you very much for that. That is really neat. What, you know, yeah, that's great. Thank you. Okay, we'll have to see if we can get that going for the, yeah, for today. Or I wonder if we can. I don't know. Talk to Aaron. I just redid all the bloody displays for it as much as I could because the scenes for the stream, because remember they were all lost, and yeah. You know what? I just realized you can hardly see the World Anvil logo there, so I'm just going to take it off my stream. There we go. We're already looking at World Anvil, right? Eli says, police or army uniforms? I'm leaning towards the army, but I'm open to suggestion. Whatever... I'd say go with the one that's more relevant to your story, because they're all interesting, right? Why is everyone doing army uniforms? Because they suggested uniforms, and a lot of people have armies, but they don't necessarily have traditional costumes or religious vestments, depending on their story, right? So, Emily says, I want to be more original and not do army, but I don't have any other uniforms. Exactly, right? Dillian says, if I were to do an article, I'd do some clothes for my clergy, but I think I'll skip this one instead. Why not a national costume? You were just talking about national costumes in a stream of yours I watched, like, I don't know, what, like a week or two ago? National costumes are awesome. This will give you a chance to talk about your hobby horse. And I think it's an interesting subject. I was keenly interested when you were talking about it because I think that multiculturalism is great. I go to, like, because I live in BC, there's so many opportunities to, if I'm willing to drive a few hours, so obviously I haven't been doing this during COVID, but you can go and there's like all sorts of multicultural stuff within reasonable driving distance. You know, there's Sikh festivals and Hindu festivals and, you know, the local, like there's a Ukrainian group that does regular Ukrainian festivals and dancing, and then there's like a Japanese cultural center, and, you know, like this is all my town, right? So, yeah, I'm so interested in that stuff. So, remember that you can do with clothes like you can do with food, okay? Remember that I gave this whole talk about how food can be used to tell you more about world building than just about anything else, because it can tell you about economics, politics, technology, you know, travel, religion, belief. Like, there's so much you can put into it, right? Clothes are like that. They can do that. So, I'm excited about this. Let's get back to work for those of you who are sprinting on anything. That sounds much better to me. I hope that's okay with you guys. Yeah. Emily says, every other outfit All the other outfits are unique and tailored for the persons. Yeah, fair enough. Eli says, I don't have any other uniforms to do. Wait, I lied. I could do the uniforms for the bad guys. Yes, you could. Moonflower says to Siobhan, you need to do those dresses. I remember the dress scene. That could be cool. Rowan says, had a 25% discount. I'm sure it will not be ready for tonight, but I need emails from you and Aaron and Chris that you will be using for Zoom. Well, my email is standard. So, yeah, for those who don't know, Sable at sablearadia.com. Yeah, the custom pretty dresses from the person who charges 80 gold per dress. I remember the dress scene. You totally should. Yikes, I don't know if I could do that in 2,500 words or less. I'm afraid to try that. Yeah, but you could, right? Look for good dress pictures on Pixabay. Put like 3 or 4 of them on there to show different examples of the types of things that you can get, right? And then talk in the 2,500 words about how, you know, this is the ultimate tailor and that every dress is individually tailored and entirely unique, will never be repeated. This is a status symbol. Explain how that developed, right? You could do that in 2,500 words. I could do that in 2,500 words. That would be cool. Delian says, National Costumes was also on my mind, but I just don't want a separate article for just clothes. I'd prefer if I could stick it in an ethnicity article. Well, okay, so what I was going to do with my Navy guys, right, was that I was going to have an article on the uniform specifically, and then copy the article block into my main Avalonian Navy article. And that way, you know, and then I'm still in my different ranks going to break down the different details about what each uniform has that makes it unique at that rank, to the things that mark it for what it is. So, you know, you could do something like that, right? I have all kinds of ideas about this, guys. So I'm giving them away. Here, have my plot bunnies, because I got a plan now. So, Purple Heart says, wait, are my pendants and Vampirita the vampires use to look in which family of vampire would they count as well? I don't know. I would ask about that one, because clothes and jewelry seem like maybe not, but maybe they might. Hey, Stretch, good to see you. Yeah, what Amelie said, Purple, right? But check if a pendant is enough, or if you should add something else to the article. Stretch says, I would have been here earlier, but I've been watching We Were Soldiers. What a film. That was an excellent movie. It really was. Tearjerker, that one. Very moving, very powerful. Yeah, I agree completely. Yeah. Yeah, we're looking at the new World Anvil Challenge. Clothes, or uniforms, or costumes. Yes. Delian says, I guess maybe I could do it like that. I'll have to see if I have time. Yeah, fair enough. Going to try to get out of a bunch of Patreon maps this month in case I move in the summer, so I have a backup of maps for when I can't work. That is practical. Good thinking there. One of Stretch's favorite films. I like good war movies, obviously, because if I didn't like good war movies, I would, I probably wouldn't be writing about war. So, I'm gonna copy the link to the challenge in the chat. Okay, yeah. It's just so that people can read it if they want to. There it is. Yeah, Emily says, Purple, by the way, now that the tourney is finished, are you going to change your name back or stay like that? Purple says, I think I'm adding Natalia behind the name. Fair enough. Stretch says, best part about that film is they got the real Hal Moore, played by Mel Gibson, in to try and get it as close to real as they could. I wondered. Yeah, they did a good job. I agree with you. That was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. Okay, Moonflower's up for a nap. See you later, hun. Thanks for joining me. All right. I think I'm also going to look at the prompts because I noticed something that people have been doing. And that is they're looking for related prompts and then submitting it to the prompt as well as submitting it to the challenge. I think that's pretty clever. So I'm going to see if I can do the same thing. Yeah, you know, I think you guys are right. I think the gunslingers are the way to go. I'm really excited about it now that I'm thinking about it. Where's the random prompts doodad? I know it's here somewhere. There used to be a button that said get inspiration. I don't know where to find it now. This is all the blog articles. Click Browse Community. Is that how I do that? Where's Browse Community? Maybe I was in the wrong. Maybe this is where I want. Ah, this is where I want. Yes, okay. I was in the wrong thing. That's probably what I want there. Take this down for the moment. Oh, Cadytown's going to bed soon, so that's so if you're gonna do my CSS review, get on with it. Okay. Okay, so the stream might go, you know, for a minute because I am going to try to go into my stream manager because that's the Twitch window I have open. So this is gonna look weird, and then I'm going to. What am I looking for? I'm looking for viewer rewards. Come on now. Channel points. Oh, hey, 488 followers now. Thanks for the follows, guys. Oh, you're not going to bed. It was Purple Heart, right? I'm sorry. Your names are both purple on my chat monitor on my stream manager here on my phone, and I looked at the wrong line. But hey, what the hell, we'll do it anyway, right? We're here. Good night then, Natalia. Have a good sleep. Congratulations on your new job, by the way. That is awesome. Good luck. I'm sure you'll do great. What are you doing, anyway, if you care to share? I think I haven't heard the details. Okay, so there was showcase. Alright. I still got some backlogged stuff here. Oh, I meant to do that because there we go. Because she already bought it once. Not fair to make her buy it again. So, okay. Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to work at a company that buys and sells books. I worked in a bookstore for like 3 or 4 years, and I loved it. It was fun. Wow. CSS review. This is Cayetan's article, The Touched Species. and he was particularly interested in asking us about the CSS. So there's the link, so you guys can all follow along if you can't see it on the stream very well. Wow. This is beautiful. I immediately get a Georgian feel. Is that what you were going for? I love it. Oh, interesting. Is the font okay? I can read it just fine. Then again, I don't tend to have difficulties with different fonts. 19th century. Yeah, in English, like, you know, UK history, they would call that Georgian or Victorian, depending on what part of the century we're talking about. Yeah. I would love that CSS for some articles in my game world. It is set in the Georgian era. Yeah. Also, I work with BF. I don't know what you mean by BF there, Purple. Akayatan says, I wanted to imitate handwriting. Yeah, it looks great. The touched are humans with magical abilities. Their powers came from the Savior. It is said that the first touched were created by the Savior at the time of the falling. Today, most of the touched serve the Church of the Savior as the High Bishop's bodyguards and agents. Boyfriend. Ah. Okay. Thank you. Just confirming. No, this is cool. And you didn't want me to go over the article, you just wanted me to look at the CSS. I think it's amazing. I'm immediately actually drawn into your time period. Between the lace, the handwritten font, the picture, I'm there. Ah, he worked there first and they asked if I wanted a job there too. That's brilliant. Okay, well, it's short, I'll go over it. Okay, so genetic ancestors human, form of address, honorable sir, madam, touched. Notable touched, Ramona Paul. Or is that Paul? Powers, increased strength, increased lifespan, bolt of light, teleportation. Apart from these powers, which are innate, the touched have many spells not limited to divine magic. Nice. You won't believe what I saw at the inn. A touched! A touched came to our little town. A man excited after seeing a touched. Becoming touched. For a common person, the process of becoming touched is shrouded in mystery. Some people claim that it is hereditary. Others say that the touched are created by the High Bishop, through whom the Savior acts and speaks. In reality, both of these claims are true. Once every 5 years, the High Bishop organizes a ceremony during which novices become touched. However, it isn't done by the High Bishop himself. Novices enter a chamber that is said to be the tomb of the Savior's material body. It is said that through the body, the Savior grants novices power. When a touched has a child, there's a possibility that the child would inherit the powers. However, the factors governing the inheritance of these traits can't be determined. Kalyatan, I would like to stop for a moment and say, you are doing a great job of like picking up the pointers that I have given on English grammar. This is a lot better than I have seen your articles for the grammar in some time. I don't think anything needs changing so far. So I just want to say that's awesome, and I wish I could learn this quickly. You're amazing. Okay, society. Most of the touched serve the Church of the Savior, the only organization in the world capable of creating new touched. Any touched outside the Church's service are considered rogue. The Church. Novices. Novices are people who are preparing themselves to become touched. Anyone can become a novice. However, in most cases, young people, around 18 years old, that's the sprint, by the way, are the ones who begin their noviceship. New people are accepted into it only once every 5 years. The reason for this is that the noviceship lasts for 5 years and ends with the ceremony during which a novice becomes touched. That's a little confusing and kind of over-explained, but I get it, right? I don't think you need the last sentence at all in that paragraph. Just go. New people are accepted into it only once every 5 years, and that you can assume that that means that the process takes 5 years. Regulars. Regulars are the biggest group of the touched. Every novice becomes a regular after the ceremony. They serve as bodyguards and field agents. Counselors. Counselors are a group of the touched who are the closest to the High Bishop. They can also serve as the church diplomats. Master. Master is the leader of the touched serving the church. They are always one of the counselors. Rogue touched. Touched who don't serve the church are rare, but they exist. Most of them are people who inherited the powers from their parents and didn't want to serve the church. Officially, there are no touched who left the service. Most of the touched not in service are retired because of old age. That is amazing. What a great article. I think the only place the font is difficult is that it is a little hard to read in the small bit on the buttons, right? Like, I could see that being very confusing to people, but most people who come here are going to come here from World Anvil anyway. They know the drill. They know what those buttons are for. So I think that that's probably fine. Sable, would I want to go over my finished one-shot? Sure. James says, how many more slots have we got for showcases? We have 2 currently between showcase and edit, right? So, because we've done 1. And no, I'm sorry, that was a misunderstanding, Rowan. Here's how it works. 1 edit per broadcast. If you're going to give me something that qualifies as an edit, 1. Because that takes, roughly an hour. And that means that that's a third of the stream already, right? So, and that's limited in the channel point rewards. You won't be able to redeem more than 1. But I've got a limit of up to 3 in the other 2 showcase categories. One is showcase and one is showcase another person. But that's so that there can be a maximum of 3, but there will be a maximum of 3 total between all the types of showcases and edits, right? So even if it says there's more for showcases or whatever, has to wait till next time, okay? But yes, there are 2 more slots left today. Yes, Cayutan, the style really flavors the article, says Daz. 100%. 100%. Looks great. So get in on it, Daz, if you want to get in on it. If your edit is longer than a flash challenge of 2,500 words, or if your showcase is longer than that, it's an edit. So. But I don't want, but I don't want to try to submit as Aaron did, go over the gaming particulars. Okay. Alright, I won't go over the gaming particulars. I want to check out your homepage here briefly, Cayutan, because I want to learn more about your world. And Cayutan says that my challenge entry will be about the touched uniforms. That makes sense. I don't think your description here does you justice. Homepage isn't finished. Okay. Alright, that's the get back to work growl, guys. I'm going to follow this, actually. I'm very interested in kind of Georgian fantasy. I also like the fact that there's this you know, the historical, or the really strong religious element. One of the factors of the Industrial Revolution was the contrast and the conflict between religion and industry, and we're still in it, right? We like to think of eras of 200 years ago being over. Our future descendants are going to look back at this time period and they're going to call it the colonial era, and they're going to call it the Industrial Revolution, because we're still in the early stages, right? And I mean, that's part of what's going on in politics right now, right? That tension, it's still a thing. It looks great, Cayutan. Your CSS is amazing. It looks beautiful. He says, definitely look at the game stuff. You might encounter them sometime. Okay. Okay. Hi, James. You still smell like Buddy. James is a tiger goes over to Daz for strokes. That's great. Okay. I'm going to put up Daz's article here. And I'm going to close this down now. Yeah, I love it too. It's fantastic, Cayutan. Looks great. I'm immediately intrigued. World building prompts list. That's what I want. Purple's off. Have a good night, hun. Good luck at work tomorrow. I hope you have a great time. What's the latest fashion trend? Not relevant, because it's not really fashion. Item is unique, magic, and wondrous? No. I'm trying to see if I can make it qualify for another prompt too, because other people have been doing that. Just the newest prompts. Oh, I see. Took too long to load the page, eh? Pride says, apparently whatever I was planning on doing, a nap, is a nat 20 die roll according to my Metal Rainbow Pride dice. Good night. Sleep well. I doubt that I'm going to be able to find this prompt. Something that I can also submit it to. It gets better. Put them in the bag, toss the bag aside, needing them for something else, pull them out, and both D20s were nat 20s. Good night. I love you. It's cool. we're doing our game tonight. You want to come hang out with us? We'll be there. Right? 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. See you then. Oh, I actually could have written that prompt at some point, right, about a condition created by an animal bite. Could have done this one too. Semaphore. Okay, this is taking too much time. I don't care. Alright. We're gonna open up WorldForge. We're gonna start making my gunslinger outfits. That's what we're doing. I was just looking to see what kind of item prompts there might have been there, Daz, and whether or not I could, because a lot of people have been doing this, I've noticed. They're entering, like, you know, the Flash challenge or the community challenge, right? But they're also submitting the article as a response to one of the world building prompts, right? And I was looking to see if I could find something that would be suitable that would do that. The closest one I found was latest fashion trend. That's not a thing. Gunslingers have been wearing this now for hundreds of years, and they'll continue to do so because it's practical for what they're due. So it's not really a fashion trend, and nobody else wears it but the gunslingers. So I was just looking to see if they had anything else about, you know, describe a uniform, you know, something like that. But, you know, tell us about religious vestments. That would work too, because technically they're religious vestments. I wonder if I started making Graham already. My protagonist in... Okay, I have two protagonists, really, in the Weird West Chronicles. And their names are Graham and Piper Walsh. They are a pair of siblings who are, like, they're both gunslingers, right? And gunslingers are kind of like an Old West paladin, if you're not really familiar with the setting. Oh, I forgot to put the book. Okay, I gotta do that after. James as a tiger gets tired and lies down on his front and rests his head on Dazzler Cat. Yeah. Okay, I did not. Okay, good. We will start fresh. In that case, I will do up Graham and Piper. Graham is a half-elf. That haircut looks fucking ridiculous. The ears are about right, though, I think. Yeah. Dazzler Cat farts. Oopsie, I had bean dip and chips earlier, James. Sorry. Oh, hey, cool. Siobhan says, I saw that one, by the way. I found a prompt for a famous artist in my world, and that would be the dressmaker, and so I could use the clothes as a sub-article. Yes, you could. That is a great idea. Alright, let's look at your face, buddy. We want you to look like Graham. What is this? That's noble features. That might be right. Let's turn you sideways because I have an idea what your profile looks like. This, I'm definitely not having this hairdo. This is like geek hair. James stirs him asleep but doesn't wake. Definitely not. Definitely not. Probably not. Nah, it's Piper more, maybe. I doubt it. I'm not lagging out from having WorldForge up? Yes! Victory! Okay. Cool. Yeah. That's great. Hype, hype, hype is right. That is so cool. I was worried, actually, that this particular setup was going to lag everything right to shit on this computer. So, is there a rugged face type? That's what I'm looking for, right? It doesn't say rugged. I've got, like, bold. And then I've got heroic. Please put bit towards war chest. Bit for victory. Thank you very much, James. I appreciate it. Let's see. There was bold. Where was it? No, that wasn't the right one. Delicate. Oh, I was looking at... Okay, there's noble features. I think maybe I might go with noble features because that's got a more steely-eyed look, I think. Okay, we're going to go sideways here and look at the side profile. I've got a very clear idea what Graham looks like in my mind. Actually, you know what? I can show you that. You guys can help me. Okay. Weird West. Clothing-wise, do they have polo shirts? No, I'm gonna use, like, they've got this gunslinger, like, standard look with the, like, a dress shirt kind of deal, and I'm probably gonna use that. I haven't done anything on this in a long time, and I have 50 people. Am I lagging out, by the way? I'm not lagging out. Okay, there's another significant one, Daz. I'm not lagging out, even though it's showing the stream in the little window right there. Which is new. I don't know why I went all the way down there when I have the gear right here the whole fucking time. Okay. I think it was in the introduction section. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. This is great. Weird West Inspiration Board. There we go. That's what I'm after. Oh, and I forgot to minimize the world meta so you can't see it, because... You know what? I put the description down already. You don't need the world meta. There's a mood board I made for it. Okay, that's Graham Walsh right there. DM Stretch says... Oh, I just remembered I still need to remove my Attorney of Tales channel point things. Yep, better do it. Yeah, Daz says, however you set this up, it's working really well. You know, it's just a standard theme from Stream Elements on OBS. But I didn't put a lot of stuff in the background for this one. So maybe that's why. Sable equals house cat. That's the sprint, by the way. Why do I equal a house cat, honey? I don't understand. Okay, so that's Graham. So I'm trying to get as close to that as I can. That's not quite right, is it? I mean, okay, the haircut looks like ridiculous geeky, but... Okay, fair enough. Sable, it's new! I hate it! Yep. Okay, that's accurate. Fair. I am a bit of a Luddite. I figure if something ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Oh, I gotta figure out this new thing now. What the fuck? I don't have time for this. Yeah, that's me. Okay, that's better than otherwise, but I'm still not happy with it. Can I expand his face a bit in the advanced poses? Can I? I wonder. Okay, so I can change his expression, but I can't, like, you know, not really. Yeah, okay. I didn't think so. Alright, I guess I'm gonna look at everyone. Okay, that's sharp. No, that's heroic, is what it should be. I mean, that's not bad. Yes, I'm picky. Does this matter for my uniform article? No, it makes no difference. But if I'm going to make a figurine for my protagonist here... Do they have a polo shirt for my uniform making? Maybe. I think they might. That's not bad, I guess. If I fuck around with it, it could work, I suppose. I'll stick with that for now. Hair. Graham does not spend a lot of time wasted on his hair. Dashing hair. To me, that looks like a guy who forgot to cut it. It's been a while. Yeah, looks about right, I guess. He's not like... Yeah, good enough. I like the ears for half-elves, right? In my Rear West settings, the elves call the half-elves little ears, or, yeah, little ears. And they call humans round ears, you know. Alright, let's go for the important bit. Let's start on the clothes. Alright, that is the get back to work growl. Gang, I think I'm going to put up a break timer because I have to take a bio. And we'll see how much the stream works at this point, because there is a lot more going on in the break screen. But I will see you momentarily. Feel free to use it as a sprint if you like. I'm back and working in the background. Glad you like the break screen stuff, Daz. Thank you. Eli asks, can you do multiple types of uniform in the same item article for this, like variations on a theme type thing? Daz said yes, especially to show how the uniform has evolved through history and how each change represents something. James says, I thought so. That's what I'm doing for my messengers, and I don't know what CPT stands for today. My brain is just not doing it. Of the messengers. Captain. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure. Alright, so, yeah, let me show you something. When the break screen's back off there, Eli, I did a gallery for my Navy uniforms in the sidebar, and I can show you what I did for that, and you might want to use a similar structure in order to show the changes. Siobhan, eat some food. Even if it's like a donut, it's better than nothing. Stretch says, speaking of which, I have Greek takeaway on order. Should be delivered anytime within the next 15 minutes. Sounds delicious, and it's not pizza. Good for you. Siobhan says, I haven't been hungry or even noticed that I hadn't eaten until now. That was me yesterday. Eli says, Siobhan, I'm not a doctor, but that might be contributing to the brain weasels. Just maybe a bit. Des says your brain needs fuel. Yes, it does. James says mine needs fluids too. Be right back. Yes, hail hydrate, everybody. Stretch says, yeah, I've been barely having pizza recently, but I am getting rather sick of McDonald's after the last few days. Been on the go constantly and no time to cook. So the Mackies was easier. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, come on, let's face it, that's kind of McDonald's business model, you know? And James is back. And that's the sprint. As I always do, I'm going to keep the chat timer up here for another 5 minutes before I go back to the sprint screen. Stretch says was going to get a proper meal in the pub last night, but they stopped serving food at 9 p.m. That's the problem, isn't it? And by the time I'd stopped rushing around and got down there, I just missed it. You know, yeah, I don't understand why things aren't open later. Lots of people work late, you know? Delian says, I'm going to head to sleep. Have a nice rest of the stream. Thanks, Delian. Thanks for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. Hopefully hopefully I'll see you in the morning for Monday Maps. I hope I'll be up. Bacon. Dwarven bacon. You know, you gotta think that dwarves probably know how to do bacon better than anybody else, eh? Emily says, when I'm too lazy, don't have time to cook, I get ready to eat meals at Tesco or M&S to get a bit more variations. My uniform article is already very long. This article contains spoilers for Guardian Book 2 of the Reaper Saga. Proceed with caution. That's it. Oh, hey, Tal. Good to see you. I kind of caught you before I went to sleep this morning. Emily says, I'm on holiday, so no guarantee I'll be up on time tomorrow morning. Yep, fair enough. Stretch says, well, Weatherspoon's close by 12 anyway, or closed by 12 anyway, and they need to clean up the kitchen first, so I guess stopping serving at 9 allows them to get everything washed up, and yeah, fair enough. Am I the only one who wants a food challenge from World Anvil? Nope. I think that would be a good idea. Emily just finished organizing all her notes into sections. Daz is working on her novella. Stretch says, plus with COVID lockdown rules still in place, pubs are even more controlled now and have more to clean. Yeah, it's true. Episode 1, Blackstone. Nice. Tal says, I'm doing work stuff today, gotta get organized for the end of maternity leave. Ah, maternity leave's ending, that sucks. You did see me. I never call people out of lurk, but I waved hi in my mind. That's cool. Thank you for not calling people out of lurk. I, didn't want to get into a conversation because I was on my way to bed, but it was kind of nice to see you. Tal says, I got my new sub badges sorted. Nice! Little dragon eggs! Yee! Daz has been editing her nano. Decided it's a novella, not a novel, and it's the first of a series. That's great. Alright, that's to get back to work, Raul, so we're going to switch over to the sprint screen again here. I haven't done any of the transitions for this theme yet. I probably should. Tal says, I like being alert sometimes, and I hate it when people call me out of it. So one of my chat rules is to not call people out. Everyone has their reasons for lurking. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes I just don't have the spoons to have a conversation, but I want to hang out. And I'm sure other people are the same. So, yeah, come lurk. I don't mind. I won't bug you. Alright, so we got our basic gunslinger outfit going on here. There's also going to be... It's actually pretty close to what I envisioned. I totally get that, me too, says Tal. Yeah. There's also going to be a version with a duster. But, that actually was really easy. I just picked the gunslinger outfit they set up. Added some pistols and holsters. Right? I even like the boots. And the spurs. The spurs are important, actually. Looks cool? You like it? Okay. I'm probably actually going to do this version with, it's going to be, it's going to be Graham, but then I'm going to also do a version with, blank faces in gray. I should probably save this and then do that. Because if you screw with the colors afterwards... Oh, it's even in the Twitch rules of etiquette about not calling people out of lurk too? I did not know, Stretch. And I'm glad to know that because, yeah, right? And hello, Author Goddess. Good to see you. I hate it when people call me out of lurk. I don't go to your stream if you call me out of lurk, if you're the person who does that, right? Some people do. They're like, oh, I don't want people lurking in the stream because it feels like they're spying on me. Well, why are you on stream then? How you doing, AG? It's good to see you. I'm doing the next World Anvil challenge. I am doing my gunslinger's uniform for Weird West. Okay, noted, Sable, if I ever stream, that is. Fair enough. Alright, now we're going to save this so far, and I'll play with the colors on his face and stuff later. And now we're going to save it as Gunslinger Uniform 1. Okay. Is this Graham? Yeah, it's sort of started as Graham, right? I've got a picture of Graham actually here, right? Which I did in Artbreeder, and I thought that's pretty close. Right? I totally did that, by the way, because this is one of the beautiful things about Artbreeder. That's Piper, by the way, his little sister. Down here, though, I got the parents, right? Come on now. Anytime you want to scroll. You are picking my butt. Okay. There's his father, Colin Walsh. And there's his mother, Genevieve. Ooh, those ears. You like the ears? Okay, Rowan's gonna get some gardening done. See you in a few. Author Goddess says, I don't perform in the town square because it feels like people are watching me. Yeah, exactly. The guy before the father? Oh, that is Wesson. Wesson Smith, who's a gnome. Hey Bob, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, they do. Yeah, because he's a gnome. But I actually did some creative stuff with the ears here on my elf pictures, right? The art breeder doesn't quite get the ears right for elves, but what I do is I open it up in Photoshop afterwards and I take the smudge tool and I extend them and then bring them to a point. So, oh, did I show you guys this? I'm like all over the place today, but this is my, the first piece of fan art I ever received. Somebody made this for me. Morley D. Greening made this picture for me for the Weird West. I thought that was really cool, so that's how he pictured Graham, which it's fine. You know, however they look in your head is fine by me, right? This is the main street of Barkerville where I went to kind of get a feel for Weird West stuff. I know, it's awesome, eh? Fan art is cool. You know you made it when you got fan art, right? And fanfic. Then you really made it. I have a fanfic policy, by the way, if you want to write fanfic. I got a plan. That's Lightning. That's his horse. Who has an opinion. Gunslinger horses are sentient, and they cannot talk. So they make their opinions known in other ways. Alright, so we're going to change to kind of a generic figure here. But I've got the starts on Graham. And then I'll do a start on Piper later. You see, the cool thing that I thought was really neat with what Barbarossa did was that he did this. And now it's a mannequin wearing a uniform. Like, am I right? Oh, I gotta get rid of the eyebrows, though. that's the only problem. I gotta get rid of the eyebrows. Where is that? Brows. 0 brow. There. Yeah, like the dogs dragging Fox out of bed. Exactly like. Exactly like. They do that. They snort and, you know, clearly laugh. You know, give them measured looks, you know. It's fun. I really enjoy it. Greek's capacity takeaway has arrived, and damn, their chili sauce is good. I'm glad to hear it. That sounds great there, Stretch. Okay, so there's our basic outfit. Now let's put some color on it. I mean, it really doesn't need to be any fancier than that, and there's no need for him to have the guns in his hands right now. He doesn't intend to, you know, it's a mannequin. There's no fight gonna happen. Alright. Let's try colors. Okay, I don't want his face, I don't care, because I deliberately want to keep it gray, so it looks like a mannequin. I'm almost certain that none of these are going to work. But I may be able to start with a theme and then alter it from there. I keep coming back to that one. That one might work. I mean, the pink shit's gotta go, but... yeah, don't dox yourself there, Stretch. Way too dark, but that might be a good start for my Desperados. That too. Good night, Kayetan. Yeah, I don't use set colors, I just click colors and dive in. I like to start with the theme because often you can get some complex shading that you cannot otherwise get, right? Like I have trouble with it. Right now, gyro sounds really good, says Realm. What colors am I going for? Okay, well, overall, the basic outfit, right? These are jeans with chaps, right? The shirt tends to be, you know, I mean, the shirt doesn't matter. It can be white or blue. It tends to be kind of a practical or gray or whatever, right? The hat and the duster in the version that I'm going to do with that are dun colored, right? And you know, these are jeans and leather boots, so I'm looking for a combination of jean colors and leather colors, right? So this has the best like leather colors. That's a pretty good dun color on the vest. I really like it and I can probably work with it, but I do not like the darks. I'd have to do some considerable playing. I like the shading in this, so I can do some, you know, I have to do less fucking around with the color if I start with that. Gyros. Ah, you know, I've never eaten it, so I don't know. my experience with Greek food tends to be, you know, calamari, tzatziki, avocado, and, you know, chicken and rice. I don't know. So, gyros. I'll have to try that sometime. But you see, this one has the best jean colors. I think I'm going to go with this one because that dun is going to be harder to get than the jeans. So I'll start with that. And then that gives me kind of a base palette to work with, right? And that's the sprint. Can anyone guess who this is? Is that Hefe? Looks great. I like how he's on this, like, shattered metal plinth. That looks cool. Good work. Okay, I'm gonna look for a jean color. Hey there, Aegon, how are you? Pants are not red. They're not like... It's pretty subtle. There's a denim color. Bleh. I suppose faded denim is appropriate. You're doing good. Glad to hear it. Yero. Okay. Cool. I'll tone down those jeans later. Good night, James. Sleep well. Siobhan's gonna lurk while she figures out dinner. That makes sense. Lappin for life. I might make the chaps dun color too. And then I'll probably make these gun belts the same, like, plain leather as... Or I'll make the holsters the same color as the... Right now I'm kind of looking for wooden grips. I'm not very fond of their wood. It looks too smooth, you know? Bob says, I had a great fried chicken outdoor dinner, and now for dessert, a pint of locally brewed 11% Imperial Stout. Sounds good. Dad said, did you man the grill, Bob? Let's get back to work, by the way. Bob says, nope, sat back and enjoyed. Awesome. Author Goddess says, Bob, you forgot to call me for supper. That's right. And then she also says, weird thing about Nebraska, a strangely neutral accent and a talent for pronouncing things right. We annoy people. Maybe the Nebraskans made all the software that keeps track of voice stuff. So, entering codes for grocery store sweepstakes. That's cool. Stretch says, I think I'll be feeling this chili sauce tomorrow. What's the collective name of all the volcanoes around the Pacific Plate called again? The Ring of Fire. You're going down, down, down in a burning ring of fire. Hey, you know, come on, we're doing Western stuff, so... Yep, also the name for a sphincter muscle the day after 2 hot chilies, says Bob. Yes, I'm sure it is. Wins 2 bottles of water and a bottle of painkiller. Good job there, AG. Can't hurt. Alright. Hey there, Mar. How's it going? In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I am legitimately making sure that the bullets are silver. That's important. Meh. I made some soggy, too salty ramen after convincing myself not to order out. Blah. Very unsatisfying, I agree. Stretch says, UK doesn't have bottles for painkillers anymore as far as I know. They're all in boxes with the plastic and foil strips that you have to pop the pills out of. Yeah. Bob says, Twitch on iPhone is like time travel. I see the answer to a question, and then Sable asks it. Now, if I remember, these doodads here that clip the spurs to the boots are supposed to be metal, are they not? I'm sure they are. Let's see. Riding spurs. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, okay, they can be leather. Instead of hot tube time machine, iPhone time machine, says Gala. Yep. I get that on desktop too. Yeah, those are leather. Okay, I'll leave them as leather then. Gunslingers aren't into a lot of fancy stuff, but I mean, they would never wear something like this. I mean, they would think this is crazy bullshit. But everything they wear does have, like, you know, symbolism that is relevant, right? So, I mean, they will wear silver and whatnot, just it has to be relevant, right? On the other hand, they might try to do it, they might make it like silver so that it's clearly visible, because it is a symbol of rank in the order, right? So I think I'm going to go this way. I'm going to make half of it silver and the strap across is leather. There we go. That's what we're going to do, because that makes sense for structure. Kind of save that so far. Stretch says I get that on desktop a lot too, rarely on the desktop for me. And then Stretch says maybe being in the UK makes a difference. Yeah, it's a good question, actually, because, I mean, chances are I'm on whatever server California's on, because I'm in the Pacific time zone, right? But, I mean, Bob's on the other side of the continent from me, so I don't know that it would make that much difference for Bob as it would for you. You guys are both, like, just really far from me, so, I mean, either way, they're just going to have to go to another server, right? Of course, maybe the Eastern Seaboard server is better. I don't know. Yeah, mix of metal and leather. That's right, yeah. Thanks, Bob. Yeah. The horseshoe-shaped piece is metal, but the strap over the instep and under the boot next to the heel is leather with a buckle. Well, like I was looking at, right, it really depends. Like, why I was, like, going, I don't know about this, is because I've seen them both ways, right? I'm looking at a bunch of images here. Right, and here's like ones where the, you know, brace bit is metal, but obviously it's intended to be strapped on with a leather strap over top, right? And then this one, this is obviously like leathery bits. Yeah, see, like, I think this is kind of what I'm thinking of, right? This, or maybe that's what you meant, right? This, yeah, okay, it is what you meant. That's right, too. The back piece is metal, and then the strap keeps it on the boot. Yeah, fair. Makes sense to me. The stream today had a lot of lag for you, too, eh, Amelie? Sorry to hear it. I wish there was something I could do about that. Eli's having trouble with Chrome. Author Goddess says the other day the kids made garlic buttered sautéed steak. My oldest decided I must be asleep and didn't tell me supper was ready. By the time I came looking, youngest had eaten most of my portion of the steak. That is bullshit. I've been like, rrr! Okay, kids. You're like, what are you thinking? I might make the chaps the same colors. Okay, well, definitely not metal. Okay. And guns are guns. They don't have to be silver. that can be any color. Because the guns are old. I was very sad, yeah. I just get a bit confused when I see stuff in the chat in answer to something you haven't said yet before I realized how big the lag was, says Emily. You can try refreshing, sometimes that helps. Sometimes it helps me. I sometimes get major lag in Coffee Stream. No, because normally I'm so slow in reading the chat, it never happens. And now you're getting used to me being kind of on top of the chat because I have my phone here to keep an eye on it, and I have Streamlabs instead of Twitch, and Twitch Studio, and I'm not flashing over to Twitch Studio. Duh! I tried refreshing and then it kept buffering until the lag reappeared. Well, Stretch says, oh, so glad my son's mom isn't here. Looking at that right now. She's a huge horsey girl and hates spurs. I would have had earache for about an hour. Yeah. The thing is that the spurs in the Weird West world are entirely, well, okay, for the gunslingers anyway, maybe not for the desperados, are entirely ornamental. They are not at all intended to be used on the horse. As a matter of fact, the horse is sentient, will probably throw you off and then trample all over you if you try to use spurs on him. He will not tolerate that bullshit. Right? It's just because it's a symbol. It's like a, you know, like the stole that a priest wears, right? Yeah. So, your son's mom does not need to worry. Will not be an issue in my universe. Gunslinger would never use their spurs on their horse. Get that one little button right there. Why is that button a different color? It's bothering me. Ah. Just that one button. Why is that one button a different color? Bob says, gotta remember that the video feed and chat are separate servers with independent routes from source to your device. I didn't know that, actually. They will lag by different amounts, and no guarantee which is faster. Amelie says, lag is fine, I don't mind. The only thing that can annoy me with Twitch is when it's buffering for several minutes, then I need to get away from the computer to calm down. Yeah. Amelie says, chat is always faster for me. When the video is down, I always manage to get the chat anyway. Are they a specific type of spur, asks Author Goddess, like especially jingly or smooth rounded to prevent accidental jabbing of the horse? Yeah, they are actually especially jingly, right? And yeah, it's not going to let me. That's right, I can't change that button, clearly. Yeah, they are jingly, because that is part of why they're actually silver, right? And they are blunted, so that they, you know, like so you don't actually accidentally stab the horse. That is absolutely true. I just don't think I have any other options for spurs in this. Spurs, how not to be stealthy. I actually had my protagonist take his spurs off in order to do some stealthing. So, I did think of that. You think it'll look better with a simpler leather color here for his gun belt? Oh, that's the same. Can't do that. That's the Sprint, by the way. Like, would that look better? That kind of leather there? Good idea, says Stretch. Oh, can you just imagine spurs and full plate armor? Yeah, well, there's a reason why paladins are not stealthy. Yes, you think it does look better? Okay. That's Daz's opinion. What's anybody else? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I realize that the video is lagging behind the chat, so I will give it a couple minutes to catch up. Yeah, Mara says, I have a Wild Westy steampunky setting a bit too, and as much as I wanted my hunters to wear spurs, they can't because of the stealth they do with hunting in humans. Yeah, legit. Stretch says, would be like ringing a bell and shouting, I'm here! Exactly. Bob says, so I'm going to start trying to get a session of my one shot running. We got 5 takers. Awesome! Which bit are you talking about? I'm talking about the gun belts there, Emily. See, the gun belts, in the theme I used, are this, like, dark dun color. And I thought I might want them this plain leather color. Plain leather bit still looks better to Daz. They look a bit orangey right now, but then I just remembered that I have the nightlight activated. Bob says, of course, 2 are Euro and 2 are Pacific Coast, so this is going to be interesting. Yeah, basically, you're in the middle of 2 people on opposite sides of the world. The spurs are to gunslingers like the rattles on a rattlesnake. Hear them and no fear. That is actually part of why they do it. Gunslingers in my world have a reputation for being scary shots with powers that people barely understand. So yeah, part of it is to intimidate people so that if they're going to cause problems, they think twice. Yep, totally, absolutely part of the point. I will agree completely with Stretch, however. Unless you have a scoped long rifle, pistol will most likely miss. At least with a rifle with a scope on it, you probably have about a 50% chance to hit. Honestly, pistols are hard to fire. They're not very accurate. My good friend Graham took me up to the range and introduced me to a whole bunch of his firearms. He has, some 45 pistols, and he has some classic rifles, and and some semi-automatics, and he put them in my hands and let me play with them so that I would understand what they were like, and a couple of shotguns, right? And I fired them all. Right? And pistols kick, right? They're difficult to aim effectively. You got to have a lot of you got to build up your wrist strength, I think, because I wasn't very good at it. And of course, I have these little hands, and I found it really hard to get a good grip, right? Now, Graham is has been practicing with pistols forever, so he's a much better shot than I am. But it's true that rifles are easier to aim and fire and be accurate, right? I was a pretty good shot with a rifle. I was actually an excellent shot with the semi-automatic. Right? Pistol, all over the place. So, Piper, who also has small hands like me, uses a long rifle. Yeah, and you know, because you were in the military, Daz says pistols require a different grip and development of different muscles from rifle shooting. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Emily likes the orangey leather to differentiate the two gun belts. That's not actually what my intention was, but I see what you're saying. Because I was going to do both of them, right? So that they were the same color. But actually, I do see what you're saying about the differentiation. Tala's back. Welcome back. Mara prefers the rock leather. I could do them in this dark color that the chaps are in too, I suppose. Yeah, but when Euro Guy's a night owl, says Stretch, yeah, because he's playing in Bob's game. That's great. I agree with Stretch. Real life Wild Western firearms were so damn inaccurate they were, right? Hence why the Buntland Special was invented. Extended barrel made it a bit more accurate over the regular pistols, right? Even modern pistols are inaccurate. Yeah, they are. I fired a modern 45 and kicks, right? So, totally agree. Eli says, be right back, gonna try the IT Maxim since my touchscreen just stopped being a touchscreen. Oh dear. Try Griffin Brown? Griffin Brown. Do I find that in the leather paints? Go to leather here. Griffith Brown, you mean? Okay. I don't know, that's a little red for my taste, but maybe I'm wrong. And Eli is back. Of course, if I did that, I guess I could also do the holsters in the same color. Okay, I'm overthinking this. I'm gonna stick with my orangey leather, I think. I kind of like it, and it fits the color scheme of my universe. So, remember that the cover of my book here is like bright orange, right? So, yeah. Oh no, it was rock leather that I was using. That is rock leather. So, okay, so I'm doing that. Oh, hey, there we go. Maybe I should do that. And then this. Welcome back, Eli. Stretch says, it's so funny watching some videos of people firing either the Python revolver or the Desert Eagle. I didn't even try, right? I'm not even trying a Desert Eagle. So powerful, some have been known to drop them or even smack themselves in the face with them after firing due to the recoil. Yeah, that's, like, not good. The 500 Magnum reactions will always be my favorite, Stretch, says Gala. Author Goddess says, damn it. Why damn it? Gala says, boom! Where the hell did that gun go? Oh, there it is a few meters back behind me. Yep. You like the blending of colors on the belt like that? Okay. Then we'll go with that. There we go. It's done. It's just so I mean that I want to share, but it's in a Discord that none of you are in. Well, what you do is you save it, and then you post it to the links and memes in my Discord, and then you share it. No problem. Yeah. The first time I fired a shotgun, right? You know, you brace it up, right? You're doing your, you know. I had a good brace, I had a good teacher, and I fired it off, and even with the ear protection, Jesus Christ, I was not expecting it to be that loud. I was like, ah, did it blow up? You know? It was loud. Shotguns are loud. If you have never fired a shotgun before, that is my advice to you. It is fucking loud, okay? It is loud. Do not do that to yourself. You have been warned, okay? I was like, ah! What color did I say his hatband was? I don't even remember. Well, I mean, it varies with the gunslinger, right? So I think that's the dark one, isn't it? Yeah, so let's do his hat brim, or his hatband in the dark color. There we go. Yeah, that's what I was firing. A 12 gauge with slugs, and I totally, like, I mean, I was expecting it to be loud. I just didn't realize it would be that much louder than the pistols and the rifles and the submachine guns. You know, it was like, oh, wow. It was loud. Stretch says, first time I fired a shotgun, I was fine. I'd already heard my mate fire them several times before, and I had a t-shirt, fleece jacket, like a jumper, but with a zip right down the front. Yeah, and a leather jacket. My shoulder was well padded. Well, that's good. I mean, like, you got a good brace, it doesn't matter. It won't hurt your shoulder if you're doing it right. There you go, Author Goddess. I'll check it out. Stretch also said, I've smacked myself in the eye with an air scope rifle before. First time using a scope and got too close. Yeah. AG says, I'm okay with a gun, better with a bow, and surprisingly accurate with an atlatl. Nice. Pretty good with a mace. I'm not bad with, yeah, I'm not a bad shot, actually. Daz says, when each of us kids turned 7, my dad took us to the sand pit and had us shoot his double-barrel 12 gauge. There, you were warned. Rowan says, yeah, you know something is going off when you fire one of those. For the record, I'm a whole 5 foot 11 inches. Yep. Okay, we're getting pretty close to time here. It's 3:30, and Daz wanted me to go over her article, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to save this first. Aaron is a good shot. That is a fact. Aaron was actually a candidate. He was actually on, technically, the Olympic biathlon team there, right? He didn't get to go, though, but he was technically on the team. And because that's how accurate he is with with a rifle. He's like an amazing shot. Yeah. Yeah, my mate who owned the shotgun is now in the army and at the time worked in a gun shop, so I had a good teacher, says Stretch. Yep. I bet at that age. Dad says, you made us pull both triggers, went flying back a good ways. His way of teaching us that guns are not toys. I bet you never forgot. Stretch says, we shot an old motorbike helmet with it and found out that it was bulletproof. Bike helmets are made of Kevlar, so the shot didn't go through. Well, that's why it protects your head, right? Meh. Meh. Nah, that's too bright, isn't it? Way too bright and shiny. Of course, I could just make the rest of it fucking denim, couldn't I? There, basic fucking jeans. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna read Daz's article. I'm going to see how long this is going to be. It's going to be a bit, apparently. Okay. Not as long as I thought it was going to be. Yep, however, if anyone was wearing it, they would still be dead from the concussive impact and shot that went under the helmet. I have seen in the Society for Creative Anachronism a 14-gauge steel helmet, right, dented in hard enough that the guy got a concussion. This is why they now have, like, and a lot of older medieval designs have a little bit of play at the top of the helm, right? They have, you know, some padding, and it's kind of designed so it doesn't quite, like, there's often like a leather thing that your head actually sits in. The metal does not come in contact with your head, and that is why. Also, visor ain't so bulletproof. Alright! Sweet Dreams, the pirate port of Tangore. This is the Sweet Dreams plot, which is the one-shot adventure that Daz wrote. Oh, right, I was going to look at, I'm sorry, I have to look at Author Goddess's meme first, because she took the time to move it and share it, so we have to look. Before we reattach your limbs, I must warn you, the surgery will cost an arm and a leg. Heh, says the guy. The American medical system? Ah, oh, I see, it's flipped around. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. The intro. This adventure is designed for a party of 4 pirates, characters provided, and based on D&D 5e rules. Sweet Dreams can easily be placed into most any setting. Players, stop reading here. The pirate port of Tangore. Tangore is a pirate town, or pirate trade town, on an unnamed crescent-shaped tropical island where merchant ships can buy cheap goods if they ask no questions. Because it is a haven for pirates, bandying about one's real name is foolhardy. You need an apostrophe between the E and the S there in ones. So all pirates go by a made-up name called a pirate name. Every time a pirate crew gets a new crewmate, they give the new pirate a pirate name, even if the new pirate already had a name from his old crew, and then go ashore to celebrate. Even sailors from the barely reputable merchant ships that come to Tangore to buy pirate goods have taken on this tradition while in port. Makes sense? Yeah, legit there, Author Goddess. Yeah, he got his limbs back but lost the other side. My life. Things often cost more than they are worth. Meet the crew of the Moonwalker. The Moonwalker, a pirate ship renowned for her speed and agility to find the most secretive of treasure ships, came to Tangore ahead of a terrible gale. She reached the safety of the harbor just in time. The gale was very strong, though, and it shifted the sandbars, closing the harbor until it is drenched, leaving the crew with little. These will be the heroes of this adventure. Choose your hero. Yes, so you have a couple of grammatical issues. Yes, you forgot to change the it's. That's a comma you need there, not a period at the end of dredged, right? And obviously you need to choose either the or this, but not both, right? And I'm sure that's just a typo. These guys look awesome. Seeks, Bane, Curly, Scorch, Darts, and Bones. Pseudonym. Into the pillow. Pseudonym was once a large and mighty demon, though even he can't remember what type. His earthy form was destroyed by a trio of summoners. That's the sprint, by the way. His shadow remained, and in that instant, it formed to be sucked back into the abyss. It was bound into a dream silk pillow. But Pseudonym would not be bound without a fight, and some of his essence managed to return to the abyss. Unfortunately, the escape bits were part of his brain, leaving him demented. Yes, the pics are also links, and they have tooltips on them. And it says, Seeks the Nistling. Click me to read my info. So opening in a new tab, I just don't feel that I have time to go through each character article. Woodus the Nistling, pirate name Seeks. I like your Nistlings, they're fun. Trait, I stretch truths for joys and pocket jingles. Ideal, I am great hunter and ships are my prey. Neat. Bond, I hunted the basswoods, or the basewoods. I love the basewoods, I protect the basewoods. Elsewheres and seas are not the basewoods. Flaw, I loves the bacon. When I finds the bacon, I must have the bacon. That's well put. I like that. Okay, read no further if you're a player. Alright, I was reading about the Dream Silk Pillow. The Dream Silk Pillow keeps its victim asleep and dreaming. With the shadow demon bound into it, the dreams of the victim become nightmares that come to life and murder the victim under the direction of the shadow demon. Unfortunately for the summoners, the pseudonym no longer thinks properly, and when the pillow is used, the dreaming goes wrong. Journey to Tangore, a special courier who must constantly wear the satchel protected by gleaming sigils that holds the dream silk pillow, booked passage on the albatross in hopes of delivering it to the true victim of the pillow. Unfortunately, the albatross was forced to run before the gale and shelter in Tangore. The courier went ashore for a bit of amusement and got very drunk. On his way back to the albatross, he was ambushed by a greedy handful of pirates who murdered him. They took his body, into the jungle of the island and opened the satchel. The sigils released their deadly magic in a great fireball that left only one pirate alive. The pillow was undamaged. Cursing his misfortunes at having endured so much for a lousy pillow, the pirate sold the pillow to ye old pawn shop, unaware of its true nature. Later that day, Mrs. Brudeman went shopping and bought the pillow for her husband, who used it that very night. So begin sweet dreams. Enemy stat blocks. These blocks are also found in proper size in the sections they appear in. Flying fried egg stats. Small monstrosity. Is that what they're calling aberrations now? Melted butter spit. Yeah, I read this already. They're hilarious. Is this the stuff Aaron says is going to appear in our game? Because I will kill him. Alright. Jam ooze stats. Oozes. That's cool. I just think this idea is really funny. I think it's hilarious. Large monstrosity, any stack of flapjacks. Tongue lash damage, sticky with syrup. Target is stuck to it. Maw bite. Streamo syrup. They'll blind sight. That's great. Pseudonym, medium fiend, chaotic evil demon. Scythe with sizzling bacon blade! A shadowy figure who wields a scythe with a blade of sizzling bacon. Alright. Oh wow, my feature request has been a lot more popular than I thought it would be. 58 out of 300 votes and 10,000 points now, says Stretch. That's great. Feel free to share that kind of thing in the chat, by the way, links to your ideas. And that's the Get Back to Work script, the growl, by the way. And the reason why I say that is because now with the need for 300 people supporting each of these things, we need to kind of lobby for the stuff that we're going to get, right? So, all right. So feel free to lobby for your ideas by posting them once in my chat per stream. I have an idea, actually, I'd like to lobby for while we're on the subject. Where's my thing here? Thank you. Here is the link. I voted for it, by the way. Let's see. Go back to the World Anvil dashboard. Yeah, I saw your vote, Daz. You voted for it too. If anyone else wants to. Yeah, features voting board. I had an idea. I called it Today's Featured Feature. The idea is basically, I saw a lot of suggestions and I get a lot of questions about stuff the World Anvil can already do, right? So what that tells me is that people are not actually, aren't aware of all the stuff the World Anvil can do. So maybe if we had a daily feature that showed one of these things in like a random order, so that, you know, like a tool, like a tip for a video game and a loading screen or something like that, then people would be more educated about what this amazing platform is capable of, right? So that was my suggestion, because I was thinking of the community. I voted for this too, characters of multiple ethnicities, and got into a debate with Dimitri about it, by the way. So... there it is. Today's featured feature. So if you think that's something that you might find useful, take a look at it and give it your vote. I haven't voted for any of this stuff about time because I am aware that the timing system is about to be redesigned, and so I figure that when it is, then I can see what it needs. But now that I know there's a limit on the time that things are going to be up for, maybe I should. So I'll have a closer look at this later. Alright, back to Sweet Dreams. It has been a long day aboard the Moonwalker. The ship had taken little damage in the gale, so Captain Tarheel had ordered a thorough cleaning. Inside, outside, including the crew. Ropes of laundry filled the top deck, wet clothes flapping in the strong breeze that is a last lingering bit of the gale that had closed the harbor. Oh, you know, that's a really interesting picture. I don't think I've ever discussed Laundry Day on my ships yet. I should. Yeah, but now it is dark, and it's your turn to go ashore, something you could really use before tomorrow, which Captain Tarheel has promised to be a day of scraping barnacles off the hull. I did talk about scraping barnacles, though. All spiffied up, you're ready to enjoy some Tangore nightlife. You can go to the rowdy inn anchors away, Bruderman's House of Flapjacks, or to a beach party. Cool, thanks, Stretch. Glad you voted for it. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Bob says, yeah, my two suggestions are headed for the closed bin. One already there, other imminent. Well, Post the one that isn't closed if you would like, so that people can have a look at it. I don't mind if you lobby for these things in the chat, in the stream, right? Especially in this stream. This is the WorldForge. People are here because they are world builders. 90% of them are on World Anvil. Go ahead, tell people about it. Gotta admit, the IS tidbits you get are helpful when it comes to anticipating stuff. Legit. Legit. Once the players decide where they're going, read whichever one they choose. So there's three different things here. Anchors Away Inn. It's a short walk down the docks and across the muddy street to Anchors Away. A night of gambling on cards or knucklebones while swigging ale is just the thing after a day of soap and scrubbing. You reach in the inn, but don't make it inside. A crowd pours out of the inn and forms a large circle around two pairs of sailors glaring at each other while the crowd places their bets. A Nistling moves to the railing and begins to play a war tune on his bone whistle. Bootlegger Trilla's Beach Party. It takes a couple minutes to walk off the docks and follow the shore to the burning bonfire on the beach. A ragtag band of sailors with instruments led by a Nistling with a bone whistle play toe-tapping, knee-slapping jig music while shark steaks cook in the fire. Sounds tasty. Yeah, a hulking minotaur serves drinks into the coconut shells from a stack of ale barrels. A circle of torches makes a sal, where two sailors glare at each other while they impatiently wait for the crowd to place their bets. I need like 200 people, says Bob. The ones that voted for it voted big, so I hope Demi looks favorably when it times out. Rowan says, eat all the sharks, they're evil. Well, I'll tell you what there, Bob. Right, there are 19 people in the chat, according to my viewer number. And maybe they all haven't seen it, so send it. I'm not even sure Rowan has checked to see about Anvil coins yet, and she is on World Anvil. Maybe she will vote for it. To Bruderman's House of Flapjacks. Bruderman's House of Flapjacks is on the other side of Tangore, but is the finest eating establishment in town. After all that time at sea, the thought of sweet jams, fluffy flapjacks, and maybe even bacon served with Bruderman's hard cider is just too sweet to resist. Walking down the street, you come upon a ring of folks around two sailors glaring at each other while they wait for the crowd to place their bets. On a rickety cart, a Nistling sits tailor fashion, playing a marching tune on his bone whistle. So clearly that is Kipes, and I think that is great. Rowan is a Freeman, no coins for her. I thought even Freeman got coins. I mean, it's not a lot of coins, and you have to log in daily to get the coins, but I'm sure that Freeman get coins too. Don't they? Not when I looked last week. I thought for sure Freeman got coins. Oh, not yet. Oh. Well, that explains that why people are mad about redistribute the coin wealth. Of course, even the Freeman should get coins. They will only when we get a new way to get coins. Oh, I see. Okay, okay. Yes, right. The coins are rewards for guild membership. Because you're paying money, you get coins. I see. But the Freeman will get coins for participation. Got it. Okay. Journey to Tangore, a special courier who must constantly wear the satchel protected by gleaming sigils that holds the dream silk pillow. Book passage on the albatross in hopes of delivering it to the true victim of the pillow. Unfortunately, the albatross was forced to run before the gale. Oh no, I already read all that. Okay, yeah, okay, I read it. Okay, back to this. Once the players decide what they're doing, continue. Yeah, I was just saying that, Daz. I read that part. Okay, I kind of lost where I was. The yoke's on you. A cool breeze drifts by, carrying with it a taste of Tangore. Have the players roll Perception, DC 18. They are very distracted unless someone specifically states that they are keenly alert, in which case it's DC 14. Those who succeed at the Perception roll. The very strong scent of eggs fried in butter reaches you. As you turn to look for who is making them, a flock of giant, over-easy fried eggs, each some 2 feet across and soaring on their egg whites, flies down towards the crowd, spitting melted butter. Some of them are coming for you and your crewmates. I would be like, what the actual fuck? Right? I mean, like, I'm hanging out in a pirate port and I'm doing my thing and all of a sudden there's eggs flying at me. They get to make a dex save to dodge the melted butter. On a success, the butter goes harmlessly past them. On a fail, the butter strikes the ground at their feet, covering the ground of their 5-foot space with slippery butter. To move, they must first make an acrobatics or athletics DC 14 or stumble, reducing them to a movement speed of 5 for that turn only. If they roll a natural 1, they fall prone on the slippery butter and can't try to move again until their next turn. An additional acrobatics or athletics roll DC 14 is required to stand up. Those who fail at the perception roll. Suddenly a flock of giant over-easy fried eggs, each some 2 feet across and soaring on their egg whites, swoops down, spitting melted butter at you. The PC must then roll a d6. 1 to 2, the PC is struck by melted butter. They take 1d4 fire damage. Nice. And have a disadvantage on their weapon attacks as they are now covered with slippery butter. This lasts until the melted butter is washed off or removed. Yeah, no, I want eggs. You know what? I still have boiled eggs in the kitchen. I'm going to go get them when I'm done here. 3 to 6. Melted butter strikes the ground at their feet, covering the ground of their 5-foot space with slippery butter. To move, they must first make an acrobatics or athletics DC 14 or stumble, reducing them to a movement speed of 5 for that turn only. If they roll a nat 1, they fall prone. Can't try to move again, just like above. Okay. Flying fried eggs are circling you and your crewmates, ready to attack again. Please note, all buildings are now locked and or barred, with those inside refusing to let anyone in. It is the way of things in Tangore when trouble happens. There is 1 flying fried egg for each PC. The flying fried eggs' remaining attacks will be attempts to wrap themselves around a PC's head and drown them in runny yolk. And then you got the flying egg stats again. I'm so amused by this. It's hilarious. I love your little icon there. It's great. After combat, continue. As the last egg attacking you splats to its end, the remaining flock of flying fried eggs fly away. Helps! The nistling with the bone whistle calls out as several eggs are flying off with him. Oh no! They are taking me to the Flappy Jack's house! Helps! I don't want to fries in the butters! Arrgh! A gruff pirate covered in yolk grumbles. He takes a hand out of his belt pouch and tosses squishy bits of butter shaped like coin to the ground. They turned me golds into butter! Wails of despair and rage come from the crowd as they too find that their gold is now butter. If the PCs check the pouches, all of their gold is now butter. You're an asshole. I love it. Okay. Once the PCs start moving through town, continue. Jamming in the alleyways. Have the players roll Perception DC 14. If some PCs succeed, the night air suddenly fills with the scent of jam, strawberry jam. You see nothing in the muddy street. They are not attacked. Those who fail. The scent of strawberry jam is so strong, it's all you can smell. If more than 1 PC has failed the perception roll, have them each roll 1d20. If all the PCs succeed, the night air suddenly fills with the scent of jam, strawberry jam. You see nothing in the narrow muddy street. Have them each roll 1d20. The player who rolls the lowest on their 1d20 rolls as the target of the following. Suddenly, a thick tendril of strawberry jam swings down from a rooftop and slaps the unlucky PC with sticky sweetness as it lands on the ground. A living ooze of strawberry jam flows down its own tendril until all of it rests on the ground, spoiling for a fight. The unlucky PC has the disadvantage on all range attacks and must make a spell ability DC 14 in order to cast any spell with a somatic component due to being sticky. Melee attacks are unaffected. This lasts until the sticky jam is washed off or removed. Ooh, stats. 4 rounds after this encounter begins, another flavor of jam ooze arrives. Once this combat finishes, continue. That's the sprint. How much more time do we have on this? Oh, we're almost done. I'm going to finish it up then. Read the jam reaction in the stat block? Okay. Reaction. Split. Ooh. When jam ooze is hit by, well, it is an ooze, right? By acid, cold, fire, or lightning damage, it splits into 2 medium oozes. Hit points, 1/2 the remaining hit point of the hit points of the original ooze. Remaining is spelled wrong there. When the medium ooze is hit with acid, cold, fire, or lightning damage, it splits into small oozes, each with hit points 10. There are as many small oozes as it takes to divide up all the medium oozes remaining hit points. That is hilarious. Tendril damage. Nice. Now Mar wants eggs and cheese. Now I want eggs and cheese. Rowan says, I'm all out of cheese or I'd be making omelet for supper. Mar's like, this is a dream, isn't it? A horrible fever dream. Well, she did mention a dream pillow that was possessed by a demon. DM Stretch says, I saw a YouTube video about the grenade launcher cannon that was based on the Browning 50 cal machine gun. Made me think, what about a minigun version of that grenade launcher? How to eradicate a postcode? Wouldn't bombs be easier and cheaper? Okay. You know, well-timed grenade. I'm confused. My request seems to have completely disappeared. Oh. Okay. It's not enclosed. Did you try? I mean, I don't know that it would have ended up in there, but there's one that's declined. Did you try the declined request? Maybe he turned it down for some reason. All yoked up. Snarls, growls, and the snapping of jaws sound from above you. Warm, runny egg yolk rains down, quickly followed by a tumbling bundle of nistling and flying fried egg. With a squishy splat, they crash to the muddy street. The nistling, all covered in yolk, stands up and kicks the no longer moving egg. As he does, he lets out a thunderous little burp. Mmm, tasty, but still very bad's egg. Mark 19, Stretch, says Aaron. This thing is an infantry vehicle-mounted support weapon. Just put multiple barrels on it and make it into a rotary cannon. Okay. I tried everywhere, says Bob. That's fucking weird. Yeah, the Mark 19. Okay, I'll help you look for it in a minute there, Bob. All interaction with Kipes are DC 12. If the PCs attack Kipes. Yeah, there's always some asshole who wants to do that, right? Even though he isn't doing anything. AC 16, hit points 22, all saves 16, all checks 12, all skills. You have a capital K in skills there. 14. He will not fight the party. If attacked, he will do his best to get away and break a bead on his necklace. This will dimension door him straight up to where he will then fly away. Fair enough. The subscriber-related one is closed. The variable-related one is MIA. Did you try accepted requests? Maybe he thought it was a good idea and is doing it already. The PCs can question the nistling whose name is Kipes. That's kites with a P and lots of S. Yeah, referenced in for variables. Okay. Things Kipes knows. I escapes when all the eggs chases Vertiman wife runnings from Flappy Jack's house in her nighty dress. 2. Huge stack of Flappy Jacks busted out the doors of the Flappy Jack's house. 3. Bruderman wife screams It came out of pillow! It came out of pillow. Weird. 4. Babs but tasty eggs gooed up me bone whistle. When the PCs reach Bruderman's House of Flapjacks, continue. Please ignore the growl because we're at the end of the stream and I'm going to finish this Daz's last bit here and then I'm going to find someone to raid. Who's on, by the way? Stacked against you. The delicious scent of freshly made buttermilk. Oh, I'm going to look for Bob's thing first. Yeah. The delicious scent of freshly made buttermilk pancakes fills your nose as you turn the corner onto Last Lane, a short street that ends at Bruderman's House of Flapjacks. The swinging double doors are broken and hang wide open. Out on the street before the doors is a pile of pancakes 10 feet wide and stacked 5 feet high. It just sits there, smelling delicious. Once any of the PCs start to move towards the stack of flapjacks, have them all roll 1d20. The PC with the lowest roll is the target of the stack of flapjacks. Steam of syrup attack! Oh dear. Stack of flapjacks. Blinded, charmed, deafened, exhaustion, frightened, prone, immune to all of it. Stream of syrup. Recharge on a 1d4, or 1 on a 1d4. Ranged weapon. If it hits, the target is now sticky. Disadvantage on all range attacks. Must make a spell ability in order to cast a spell somatic component. I'd actually give them a +1 again, or like an advantage against being disarmed too, right? With a condition sticky if they're fighting melee, because it makes it easier to hold on to the item, right? It's cool. All right. There is a ripple in the stack of flapjacks as they tip apart in the middle, revealing a terrible toothy maw. Suddenly, a stream of what looks like syrup shoots at the targeted PC. After this opening attack, the combat begins. 3 rounds after the combat with the stack of flapjacks begins, Pseudonym steps out of the House of Flapjacks. A shadowy figure wielding a scythe with a blade made of sizzling bacon steps out of the House of Flapjacks. Standing in the shadowy doorway is a sleepwalking Bruderman clutching a red silk pillow. Bruderman never moves or responds to anything, not even to dodge an attack. Pillow stats: AC 12, hit points 24, it has no other stats. If the pillow is destroyed, Zoodominin is returned to the abyss and the nightmare foods vanish. All gold coins are back to being gold and not butter. Huh, Stretch couldn't find it either. That's bizarre. There's Pseudonym. Damage vulnerabilities: Radiant. Yeah, that makes sense. Damage resistances: Acid, Fire, Necrotic, Thunder, Bludgeoning, Piercing, Slashing. Well, he is a demon. Can move through other creatures and objects as if it were difficult terrain because he's incorporeal or can be. Takes 1d10 force damage if he ends his turn inside an object. Light sensitivity: when in light daylight, Pseudonym has a disadvantage on his attack rolls. Shadow stealth: dim light or darkness can take the high action. Okay, I was looking at I wanted to look at the blade of bacon. Okay. Melee weapon attack: +5 to hit, reach 5 feet, 1 creature, hit 1d10 +3 slashing damage and 1d4 fire damage. Well, that makes sense. So you have to get the 300 votes for it to be considered. Yes. Well, actually, no. You don't have to get them to be considered, right? But if you get the 300 votes, then it gets more weight and more priority, right? If you don't get the 300 votes, then it gets kind of backburnered. Because basically the idea is that Dimmy wants to know what is more important to do, because if he answered every request because there were so many, right, then he would never do anything but, right? So he has to find a way to prioritize. So that's how. This is great, Daz. I think your adventure is hilarious. Declined articles? My pleasure, Daz. Well, it says it's open right here. Yeah, my pleasure, Daz. That was fun. Okay, I'll have a look through this. I didn't get a chance to read it thoroughly. Alright, guys. That's that for today. We're going to go to the downtime screen for a minute. Thank you very much for joining me today. I've, you know, had some fun world building, and we did a couple of showcases, and I hope you guys had fun hanging out with me. I kind of babbled incessantly. I hope that's alright. I am seeing a blank screen on my stream manager. I hope that that's not what's actually happening. But we're about to go to Twitch anyway. All good, okay. Because I would like to see who is on. It could just be my laptop going, I cannot handle all the tabs you have me doing. I cannot do it. I don't blame it either. I feel kind of sorry for my poor laptop, really. Stares at Sable with a with a people aren't using variables as much, I guess. Not yet, because it's new. Give them time. By the way, that hang up there in the background, that's on the loop on OBS, so that's not my stream, that's just the background, so. Must chat. I sent you a message, you didn't reply. So. We'll talk. Alright. So, yeah, we can raid Travis. Of the people I follow, right, Mercs of Mischief and Travis Tavern Talk are up, and so is TYT, but I can't imagine that, you know, anybody would want to go watch a political channel right now. Ooh, yikes! I stayed awake for 40 hours straight. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, I did not mean to traumatize you. I genuinely did not. Aaron voted and commented. Cool. It wasn't you. Eyes, hubs, and money and kids. Fair enough. Alright, seeing no votes to the contrary and no Anvilites currently up, I'm going to raid Travis. We'll be back in about a little less than an hour and a half, so like a little more than an hour, hour 20, roughly. So 5 p.m. Pacific, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 a.m. on Monday morning for those in UTC. And we'll be doing our Toysoldiers campaign. So if you'd like to come listen to us game, and this is the prequel game setting to the series that I traumatized Author Goddess with, because she was doing the editing, come join us. Bye, Mar. We're raiding Travis Tavern Talk. When you get there, please shout, prepare to be boarded, because we are the Sable's privateers. And hopefully I'll see you guys later tonight. If not, Monday is our day off. Tuesday, Aaron is back. 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UTC with Ask an Old GM. It has been a pleasure hanging out with you, as always. Thanks very much. And we'll see you soon. As soon as it lets me hit the damn raid button here. Wow, that is really slow today. Sorry, guys. We'll be raiding in a moment.